Guys, I'm in Dillingham, Alaska, Bristol Bay. We're flying out right now, a 12 minutes flight from Dillingham to Ekuk. And Ekuk is a famous place for the best sockeye salmon in Bristol Bay. Why? Because they have fixed nets, beautiful fish, and the fishing is going on right now. It's 9 AM, we're leaving right now, and it's supposed to be a great day with loads of sockeye, red salmon. Wild, natural, sustainable. So we just arrived in Ekuk. It's really amazing here, this village. And John just parked his plane in the front garden. And this is John's house. So, and John is not only the pilot, he's also taking care of the fishing right there. So here John is living with his kids and Aina, his wife. And we're now walking to the fishing grounds. You will see it's only a few yards, a few meters away from parking the plane. And here is where it all happens. Catching this most beautiful sockeye out of Bristol Bay. It's such a fantastic fish. I'll tell you the story straight away. So this is the beach of Ekuk, and that's Bristol Bay. You see the fishing going on. So you see the fishermen waiting to take the fish out of the gill nets. So this truck is pulling out this fixed net. The nets are full with sockeye salmon. And you see they do it all by hand. The old style, the authentic style. And you will taste that back in the product. And this truck will bring it immediately to the dock, will be iced and cleaned and ready for consumption.
Nice fish, huh?
Beautiful. Do you mind if I take this one?
Go ahead, yeah.
Thank you.
All the fish you want, she's right here.
All the fish. I only need one for some cooking.
There you are.
Thank you, man. Hey guys, I'm here with John. So John, we're at Bristol Bay.
Yeah.
And they say Bristol Bay is the place to be for sockeye salmon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Why? Because this is Alaska, sockeye is everywhere, right?
No, these are the world's largest runs here to Nushagak and Naknek-Kwijak and Ugashik here in Bristol Bay, yeah. Wild salmon.
So this is the largest run for sockeye salmon in the world.
Sustainable, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then it's Bristol Bay. There's loads of salmon. So what makes your salmon different from all the rest here in Bristol Bay?
At Ekuk?
Yeah?
Well, this salmon here at Ekuk, the plant that we deliver to is just a couple miles down the beach, and so we pull the fish in from the water and we put it in essentially RSW, refrigerated seawater, and deliver it straight to the plant. So from the time it's harvested to the time it's at the plant is a matter of an hour.
So in other words, quality-wise, you have the best fishery here in Bristol Bay.
I think so, yeah.
Good.
It's the most efficient for sure.
So how many kids do you have?
I have 6.
And how many of them are fishermen?
5 of them. I have one disabled boy. He comes down here, he tries to do what he can do, but
Yeah.
permanently disabled, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another generation.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, you fish and you fly airplanes in Bristol Bay. That's what
Yeah,
you do when
that's
you
what
grow
you
up
see.
here. Everybody
So-
fishes and flies airplanes.
To explain you guys, this is a beach of how many miles?
Well, you can go down this beach 70 miles, but
70.
7-0. So actually 17 miles of fishing on this beach. Every 450 feet, there's a net like this. All the way
And what is
down.
the length of a net? So every
So a net is 50 fathoms, 300 feet.
300 feet. What is 50 fathoms?
50 fathom is 300 feet.
Okay.
1 fathom is 6 feet.
Okay. And that's regulated by
Like 3 meters, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, regulation.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite meal with sockeye salmon?
Oh, pickled sockeye salmon. is the
Pickled
best.
sockeye?
Yes, by
So
far.
and how do you make it?
Well, you know, you salt the fillets, you know, and then you go through the pickling process, you know, and layers the onions, and sockeye salmon is my absolute favorite by far.
And you discard the onion?
No, you eat the onions.
You
too.
eat,
Oh, absolutely, it's wonderful.
and you pickle them in a pot or in
Glass jars.
glass jars.
Yeah.
That's a nice. I've never. Maybe I make. Can I
Pickle-
take your recipe and make it in my studio back in Europe?
Well, my wife has it, yeah.
Okay,
But yeah,
write that
pickled
down.
sockeye salmon is by far the best. Once you have pickled sockeye salmon,
Good.
that is #1.
After the fishermen and women take the salmon from the nets, they place the salmon in trucks with refrigerated seawater and bring it to the processing plant at the end of the beach. This processing plant has been here since the year 1903. During the peak years of the Ekuk salmon fisheries, over 400 people used to live here during the season. At the plant, the fish get headed, gutted, cleaned and deep frozen for transport. Okay, so a beautiful sockeye salmon. We have a fillet here of approximately 350-400 grams. We're going to make salmon skewers and I'll serve you a salmon roe mayonnaise. So I have the fish fillet right here. Cut it in half. And now I'm going to cut these, some cubes. And I'm using all kind of paprika. Cut them in half. We take off the whites. It's time for the yellow one. So now we're going to use the skewers. I have wooden skewers. Of course, my barbecue is preheated, high temperature. Sockeye salmon, paprika. It's time for green. 4 skewers, 2 persons. I give them a little brush, a bit of salt, all sides, and some pepper. So I have these on the barbie. So I give them maybe 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So in total maybe 4, maybe 6 minutes. Okay, so I'm using a fork to squeeze the roe. Good. So salmon roe, 1 good tablespoon of mayonnaise, and mix it. Okay, so you see the protein coming out, which means the fish has reached the temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. Just cooked, juicy and tender. Going to serve it up. And now we have this amazing sauce, a lemon, and I use a bit of the zest of the lemon on top of it. So it's time for a taste. There we go. The rich flavor of the sockeye salmon, together with the paprika and this creamy salmon roe sauce. A fresh sockeye salmon, which was swimming here maybe 25-30 minutes ago. It's so good, it's so simple. I'm here in Ekuk, Alaska, Bristol Bay. And here the salmon is unloaded, and here is the sucker, the Ekuk sucker.